RGB lights.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm the cheap views, the cheapest one you can get and find in any gas station.
So I only just realized now that as I'm promoting vaping to our audience, we've gone live.
Oh, hi everybody.
So to introduce us, our names are there, and you can probably read if you're in a readers group. So, but this is Michael Head, man with all the foods, who has been threatening me that he has a surprise off screen, which would sound terrifying if anyone else said that, but I know it's going to be food because it's Michael. And today we are going to be reading chapter 1 of Threads of Fate, Reincarnation, a Shansha cultivation novel, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it's cultivation.
Yeah, and I'm definitely, there won't be any spoilers or anything like that other than chapter 1. I've already read it to be like, was this going to be painful? And went through it, and I was like, wow, this is just as painful as I thought it would be. Like, so no, it's fucking Ming. Anyway, really enjoyed it, but we'll be getting into that in a little bit. I'm Brian. I'm going to be your host. Sorry. This was called for by too many people that were like, oh, we like Brian's voice, and now you just get loads of it. So enjoy that.
Yes, Brian has an amazing voice.
Yeah. So I guess what I wanted to do at the start, before we kind of get into it, is I think one of the Facebook user, winky face back. I can't wink. So what I wanted to kind of do is, like, every time you see these, authors promoting their stories, it's usually like book 6 or book 7 or something way later in the series, and they're, their hands are tied because they can't promote a lot of stuff in it because it could be spoilers for the previous books for new readers. So this is a good opportunity for us to kind of talk to you about the first book in the series, Face for Radio and a Voice for Television. Thank you very much, Jay. So, but this is kind of an opportunity for you to talk about book 1, who it might be for, why people might enjoy it. And because you're so far into the series, it's great for the reader because they'll have a lot more of a journey to go on, and you'll be able to kind of explain a lot of the kind of the thoughts that went into this world, the kind of inspiration, motivations, and things behind it. So I guess before we get started on reading it, Michael, would you like to maybe introduce the story, as you'd like it to be introduced?
Sure. Okay, so Threads of Fate is a cultivation novel that was kind of inspired by me reading all these other cultivation novels. I probably read about 100 different, like some lit RPG that kind of have that cultivation aspect, and just straight up cultivation novels as well, and like some of those terribly translated online novels that you see, so all of like I said, I read like 100 of those, and I had always thought to myself, I could do this, but I think I could do it better. You know what I mean? Like that I know that sounds conceited, but it wasn't. I was just like, I think I have this really great story that I feel like I have a different twist on it than most people would think to do, and I feel like it would be really good. And so I was actually going back to college. I was actually going back to college to become a college professor because I speak 7 languages that I learned in the Army. Oh, well, thank you. Just a little.
I absolutely fucking hate you.
That's homemade whipped cream.
You know what? I want you to put the whisk off screen so people just see like all this white over here. Just like all the conclusions you can jump. Is he a cokehead? Is he, is he being unfaithful to Amanda? Sorry, please. Cultivation.
Yes. So I was going back to school to become a college professor. I was going to teach Middle Eastern languages. And
It's ready.
Thank you, love. All right. So I'll finish and then I can show you the surprise. So this is an entire bowl of homemade whipped cream. An entire bowl.
And does it want something?
Yeah, I'll show you. Don't worry. No, just wait, Ryan. Just wait. But so Yeah, no. Well, there was a guy popped up that said Ryan, not just Brian. My wife is commenting, but anyway, yeah. Brian says hi. Is she gonna come over and say hi? She says,
"Hi, Brian.
Hello. How are you?
Surprise! I'm really tired."
I can't believe you just like make her slave away in that kitchen while you're like, I'm going to talk to my friends over the Atlantic. And it's like, feed me, woman.
Well, yeah, you'll see what we did. But so anyway, I was going back to school to become a college professor of Middle Eastern Studies, and COVID shut the college down. And yeah, I know, right? So. Yeah, hi, Miss. That's my wife, Amanda. Yes, she's also an author. She's in the Lit RPG, legendary Lit RPG compilation book that we did. But anyway, so the COVID shut the college down, and my wife was in the Army still at the time. She was a combat medic working in an Army hospital that was open to civilians during the horrible COVID outbreak. And
only Army hospital open facility.
Yes, it was the only Army hospital facility that was open at the time for two civilians. So the no matter what I say, I get corrected anyway. So
you get fed, bitch. Okay, you take those corrections and you just eat that cream. Okay,
I said you get fed, bitch. So just take them corrections with a smile. But anyway, she's like, he's right.
She's exhausted.
But so she was working ridiculous hours, like 16 to 20-hour days, 7 days a week, just absolutely exhausted because she still had to do her normal work. And then at the end of that, she would go work on a COVID floor for a certain amount of time. So she would come home exhausted, and I'm sitting at home bored to tears. And so like she got tired of me pestering her, and she was like, "Hey, why don't you write that?" Yeah. It's like he was grabbing my ass. Yeah, I was. So anyway,
I know you're tired, baby, but I have needs. Get in the kitchen. I need food.
But anyway, so she's like, "Why don't you write that book you keep talking about?" So I did, and I had about 50,000 words, about half a book, and I had some people read it, and they're like, "Wow, this is actually pretty good. You should see if a publisher wants it." So I sent it out to like 3 different publishers, and Mountain Dell Press, which I'm wearing their hoodie or their polo right now.
They said no.
Yeah.
So I killed one of them and took.
Yeah, they're the only ones to even reply. So they replied to me. I talked to Dakota, and him and I hit it off. He's also a veteran, and like I told him some stuff about my time in the military, like I got hurt real bad and all this other stuff, and like I was a huge fan of Dakota already. Because of his Divine Dungeon and Completionist Chronicles series. But anyway, so I got to talking to him, and I think he picked me more because of I was just somebody he wanted to work with, just like our personalities did really good, and then meshed really well. And then he's like, "Okay, that's fine, but you have to write 3 books before I'll publish one, just so that way I know you're determined. I know that this is serious for you." And I was like, "Well, okay then." So I wrote 3 books, and then we rapid released them. Yep, and we rapid released them, and people loved them. I had a great reaction. I think one of the things that makes Threads of Fate stand out so much is my main character, Jim Rowe. Jim just does not. He's not quite an anti-hero, but he's that kind of hero that just does not care about the people in his way. Like if there's a bad guy that's trying to keep him from literally saving the world, he's just going to kill him. He just outright murders folks. Like he's a bit of a murder hobo. Like if somebody gets in his way, just
but you can understand the reasoning behind that, which we'll get to like in the first chapter. It's like, you know what, Jim, I kind of understand where Jim's coming from with this.
Yeah, just a smidgen.
Yeah.
But anyway, now that I'm done describing that, would you like to see the surprise that I have for you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a very nice surprise. Now, and it's
please God, don't show me your dick.
But okay, here we go. Now, let me just do this right here. Do that.
Oh my God. Why are you like this?
Yes, that's right. It's an entire Thanksgiving meal.
But it's not Thanksgiving.
Anytime I get to talk to Brian is a day of thanks.
I'm tired.
Are you literally going to do this whole thing while eating?
Yes. Well, I talk to you and I listen to you my book. I'm going to eat. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've got a brownie swirl cheesecake. I have a blueberry tart. I've got a chicken. The only reason Amanda agreed to do this is she's like, I'll do it, but there is no way I'm cooking an entire turkey. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We'll just get a chicken. So we got chicken. All right. And then I've got these beautiful green beans. I mean, they're fresh green beans. I've got this corn casserole that's very nice. And I got homemade mashed potatoes.
It's all homemade.
Yeah, all of it's homemade. Yes. And then some very nice glazed carrots.
I hope to God you fucking choke.
Oh, and don't forget the homemade whipped cream to go on top of the cheesecake and the blueberry tart.
Oh my God. Like, I don't know, some latent allergic reaction would be fucking brilliant. It's like, oh, I never knew I was allergic to chicken. Oh no.
Oh, right. Yes. No, my wife is amazing, but
come visit me and I'll cook for you.
Yeah, if you come visit, Amanda will make you a meal. But yeah.
Whatever you want. You just tell me what you want and I'll make it for you.
Because I can't see Amanda, it's kind of like the voice of God is like literally, it's the devil on my shoulder being like, you just come here, come to the middle of nowhere and we'll feed you. And I'm like, okay, kind of sounds like a threat, but I'm on board.
It's Kansas, it's the Midwest.
Yes, but
I don't know. Oh, sorry, Superman's from there. So I'm Irish, so I don't know shit.
Okay.
It's like, oh dear.
Some carrots here.
And actually, it's the taste of Missouri.
Yeah. There we go. Get some carrots.
Wow, I love how you're doing this tantalizingly slow just for my benefit. I'm looking forward to seeing you fuck up the chicken. Just like, no, just grab the whole thing. Just start eating it. Oh my God. Yeah. Should we have had trigger warnings for people that, you know, with fucking like, oh yeah, I'm starvation or something?
Yeah, you know.
I didn't bring alcohol because I'm hungover, Jay. So I probably will go down and just crack open Guinness. But like, I am so disgusted and impressed.
You gonna grab the 15-year? Yeah, this is a 15-year Scotch. I can do some Singleton, single stuff. I've also got some Macallans if ever.
No, that's mine. Don't you touch that.
Yeah, that's Amanda's favorite.
Oh, props to Amanda.
I see the chicken. Yeah, let me just tear off a leg there.
It just came off so easy. It looks so damn good, and I'm so like, people are going to be like, you know, hey, I came here for fucking books, and now it's like, you know, getting fat with Michael Head. Enabled by Amanda. Oh my God. I'm actually disgusted.
Enabled by Amanda.
I love you, Brian.
We're so done.
Right.
What?
Oh, yes, yeah. Amanda.
Listen, you come here. I got cigars.
Yeah, we got cigars too. We have sit and have a cigar. A nice meal.
Okay, I'm closing the tab that has your book and I'm looking up flights to Kansas.
Oh man. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, that's fine. It's only 16 hours and about €800. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'd work up an appetite on that journey. It's like just arrive being like, feed me. Oh God. Anyway, so fuck you. Not you, Amanda. But I'm stuffing your fucking face. If you thought I wasn't going to bring up the goat stories, this has crossed the line. Okay? This has literally crossed my line of tolerance, and now I'm throwing you under the fucking bus. So, yeah, go fuck yourself. Also, Geneva, when she's saying like, oh yeah, just go as long as you want, you know, whatever like that. Nope, 20 minutes, we'll be done. I'll speed read this fucking chapter. You know, this is...
I don't have time to get to the blueberry tart.
Like, what do you hope to gain from this? Is it my misery?
This right here.
But I want to know, was this planned? Was this?
Oh, yeah. I even okayed it with Geneva. She was like, "That's an amazing idea. Go for it."
absolute bitch.
Michael Chatfield. I talked to Chatfield about it, and he's like, man, I could even jump in like drinking a beer just to fuck with him even more.
That would have absolutely fucked with me. Oh God, yeah. Brian's misery is the absolute goal of today. Thank you, Jay. Oh God. And Jay, don't worry, what was it? I'll DoorDash you some food. We don't even have DoorDash in Ireland, so they'll be on the 16-hour flight being like, oh, this is getting cold. Oh God, this is, yeah. But no, I was kind of hoping there'd be a few, like, you know, squirrel skewers. Did you ever get killing them?
No, well, let me see if I can show you here.
Thank you for taking me away from the food.
I don't know if the camera will clear up. Okay,
Oh, wow.
So this entire forest behind my house is just filled with squirrels. And so, yeah,
Wow.
they are constantly causing damage to my house.
We have a pellet gun. You can come shoot them.
Yeah.
My
It's
God.
legal.
What are the downsides of going to visit you? It's just like, oh, look, it's some cute rodents we can kill.
It's legal in Kansas. You can do it.
Oh God, what about unruly kids? It's just like, I don't like the look he gave me. Just give me my gun.
That's not legal.
Oh well. But yeah, so hopefully this is your last supper. You know, I'm just, God.
No.
You even have the fucking the
wait,
right equipment for this. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. We've been.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta pop it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Since it's an actual blueberry tart instead of a pie,
Let me lift it.
it has an actual.
Pop it like it's hot.
See that?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, that's good. Just slice into that.
Thank you, Jez. Yeah. Note that nobody said no. It's just, it's not legal.
Jez is right. You just get some of this blueberry tart sliced. Amanda brought me a dessert plate, so yeah, there we go. Get this.
My safety word is pie.
How'd you know?
Oh, according to Ryan, that's not actually my safe word.
Oh, okay.
Mine has more syllables.
Asparagus.
Oh, damn it. Oh, I kept repeating it when you were telling the goat stories. Asparagus. So,
Careful. Oh.
this is,
There we go.
oh my God.
Get some.
Like, you're literally going to go straight to dessert before you fucking go with the...
No. I'm just in case we get cut off. I wanted you to let you see.
You do know this is America. This is the Wild West. We're Yanks. I don't know what you expected.
Yes, and then my middle child comes in to steal some. But
Yeah. And I was like, how can Amanda be in two places at once? Is she a ventriloquist? Is her voice literally only in my head?
No, that's Katie.
Oh dear. But yeah.
Yes, I'm in everybody's.
Hi, Katie.
That's Katie.
Yes. Katie, you want to make a plate? You want to get some food?
Yeah, you can have some. Brian can't have any because he refused to come visit us, but you can totally have some.
I know, right? Yeah. We keep inviting them, and people don't want to come visit, and this is what they're missing.
Well, you hadn't sold it until now. Really. I said, don't get me wrong, I tolerate your personalities. But the books, this oh God. I'm just trying my best to throw shade at you because I'm just so fucking annoyed with you right now. And I was like, all the foods, why would he pick that as his tagline? And I'm just like, he's going to get cookies because that's what I hate you for first. But this is just, I hate you. Yes,
fair.
Chrissy, I want to be also at Michael's table. That sounds wrong. That sentence sounds wrong.
You, Jez, the kids, all you come on over. It'd be great.
You haven't even seen my ribs.
Yeah, she could have made ribs.
I could have. My roast.
Amanda, could you stop singing in such a breathless voice? It's just like, you haven't seen my ribs. I'm like, well, Amanda, look, he's right there. Like, he's holding a knife and a fork. I'm not liking this. Oh, God. This is being recorded, Amanda, and that's going to be my new ringtone. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ, Jay. I'm not reading that out. But, sorry, no, that's not the table moving. Sorry. Anyway, I'm just hoping that there's like some fucking child in the comments here being like, I just wanted to hear this story. Why is this scary man eating food? Oh God, yeah, we'll have to do it as a podcast, Lars. It's going to be too non-suitable for work for YouTube. But yeah, and you know what? We might actually tag into a whole new market of people being like, I like watching people eat. And it's like, yeah, something about books and shit. I don't care.
Are you topless for this then?
And OnlyFans? Oh my God.
So I know my selling point, and that's my voice. So how about I narrate you doing that? Jesus Christ. I regret this immediately. So
Threads of Fate.
Books, Brian, and food porn.
Somewhere Dakota is writing down ideas for Mountain Dale Press After Dark.
Oh man.
Mountain Dale man just crashes through your wall and steals the chicken. You haven't earned this. Oh dear.
Yes.
So, right.
You're right, Ryan. We are expanding our horizons.
Not very wide, though.
That's because we haven't got to the goat stories yet.
Oh,
yes, thank you. Yes. I'm not incriminating you. You're incriminating you. So fun facts about Michael. Broke your neck. You got stung by a scorpion.
Yeah, that happened.
Yep. What's my favorite one? Oh, you speak Arabic. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, there's like, yeah, those. But yeah, just cool stories about Michael that you don't hear about because he says them in passing. And you're like, what the fuck? Well, no, go back. And you're like, yeah, no, it's the damn toilet. So, as I was saying about the goats, and you're like, whoa. What did you say about the goats? Oh, God. Cliffs are great.
You and O'Keefe in the refrigerator.
Oh, God, I forgot about the refrigerator.
How can you forget about
that? I
that?
got thrown through, well, it was a freezer. I got thrown through a freezer once. But...
What? Eat your fucking vegetables and tell me. Nom facts. Come on.
No, so O'Keefe was, back whenever I was specialist head in the Army, O'Keefe was a very large man. Like, his arms were like as big as my thighs. Just a huge man. And I was giving a class on something. I don't even remember what it was, like a 240 Bravo or something. And we were in Iraq, and it was stupid hot, and we're all tired and exhausted, and he just wanted to keep messing with me, right? So he kept throwing these pebbles at me. Just keep throwing these pebbles at me, keep throwing these pebbles at me. And so I got tired of it, and I picked up the rock that was holding the tent flap open and hucked it at him. It hit him in the head. And instead, which, in retrospect is very bad. So anyway, I hit him in the head, and he was fine. It cut him a little bit. He was bleeding some. But what it did is it made him angry. So then I tried to run, but he was so much bigger than me. And then he...
Sorry, Ryan's comment.
Yeah.
Michael. So I have this new book out. I killed a man and I'm working on a sequel. Wait, what? But yes, please tell me.
Yeah, but so O'Keefe, he grabs me like by the collar and by the fabric around my groin and picks me up and walks me over to a big like chest freezer and threw me through it. Like I was in the freezer like, and he's looking down. He's like, "What now, bitch?" And I'm like, but anyway, it was super fun.
Just like throwing a pebble in defiance, be like.
Oh man, it's good times.
Good times, yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know the way that when you watch Jez's lives and they just go off the rails, and you're like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, could you not keep them on track? We've spent 25 minutes watching you stuff your fucking face and regaling us with refrigerator stories, and I've been, told I can come over and shoot squirrels in Kansas. So this is an interesting, kind of development.
So I got a question. Do you eat the skin off chicken or do you pick it off?
Oh, I eat it.
No.
I don't know if that means like I grew up poor or like it's kind of like it's edible, right?
Here, yes.
I fucking it. He's supposed to be on a flight until 12. I ensured that he wouldn't be here. What?
You paid for the internet.
Mm-hmm.
He just walks into screen holding a beer. It's just like he was flying to Kansas.
Oh man.
Damn it. So like
I'm drunk till 2.
So I should probably read your story at some point.
I'm gonna bathe.
Do what?
I should probably read your story at some point.
Oh, yeah.
The whole premise of that.
Don't forget
Mhm.
cheesecake. You gotta have some of that too.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll have some cheesecake.
Okay.
Hear my wife caring about me, making sure that I'm gonna eat some cheesecake.
Excellent. Yeah, no, it's Lars. Do you know what this fucking stream was, or did you just see our names and were like, "Cool, subscribe"? Like there was a whole point to this. But yeah, like I'm gonna read chapter 1 of his book 1, Threads of Fate. I've never narrated before, and I'm not going to do voices for everyone.
I think it'd just be easier.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think in chapter 1 there's only like 2 characters, so you don't need a lot of voices.
Yeah, they told me, go see Brian get humiliated. There'll be food. You didn't close your quotation marks, Lars? Is this what we expect of your stories? When did they stop speaking? But yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's so good.
I fucking hate you. I literally have it open on the side of my screen here, but every time I glance over, I just see you. And I'm like, and it just fills me with unadulterated rage. So wait, you capitalize American, but not my fucking name, Chatfield. You are dead to me. Oh, it's like America. Brian. Fucking Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? No, like he's English. Like at the end of the day, he's English. That's why I hate him. So, like, you gotta love the Canadians. But, like Ryan De Bruin, he's great. Where's he?
I know, where is I'm surprised Ryan's not on here. I should have told him about it.
Yeah,
He'd have been
he'd
here.
listen to you.
No.
But yeah, okay. So, fucking hell. I'll start this. You know what? I'm going to do this in the most deadpan voice I can. Because I don't want you taking any joy from this. I want you to regret having written this.
I've already
And it's
gotten so much joy from this.
Kev, come on.
Mm.
Come on. You know I love you.
Oh, that's
But, I'm not scared of Anglo. What's Anglo?
fun.
Uh, but right, okay. So I also have to put in bringing sexy back.
Oh yes, yes.
There's not a lot of lyrics to that song, by the way.
No, there's not. So whenever they announced that Brian and I were doing this, the very first comment was me asking, "Do you think it's possible for Brian to read the lyrics to the song "Sexy Back" in a very serious tone?" And I think it was pretty unanimously agreed that it was a great idea.
Okay, let's see.
You can hear my child laughing.
Okay, I have it here. I'll do this first. How do I do this stuff in like the brackets, as in like the chorus in the background?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
All right. So, I'm not a narrator. I don't know. I have to write books.
Oh God, this is horrendous. Okay, you're doing the hand down with the sexy, high pitched and Irish. Oh God. You know what? I'm going to do them all in a state of confusion. I think is the best way. So let's get this started. So no, it's all the chorus stuff. So the most of them are like, yeah, and that's it, and and then one of them just makes no sense in English, which is "Go ahead, be gone with it." And like, I imagine when Justin Timberlake is saying it, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
But okay, so let's give this a go. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. Them other boys don't know how to act. Yeah. I think it's special what's behind your back. Yeah. So turn around and I'll pick up the slack. Yeah. Take him to the bridge. That's it. Dirty babe. Uh-huh. You see these shackles, baby. I'm your slave. Uh-huh. I'll let you whip me if I misbehave. Uh-huh. It's just that no one makes me feel this way. Uh-huh. Take him to the chorus. Come here, girl. Go ahead, be gone with it. Come back, come to the back. Go ahead, be gone with it. VIP. Go ahead, be gone with it. Drinks on me. Go ahead, be gone with it. Let me see what you're twerking with. Go ahead, be gone with. Look at those hips. Go ahead, be gone with it. You make me smile. Go ahead, be gone with it. Go ahead, child. That's you. Go ahead, be gone with it. And get your sexy on. Go ahead, be gone with it. Get your sexy on, 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 get your sexy on. I'm bringing sexy back.
Oh, my ribs hurt so bad.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to them other fuckers don't know how to act. Yeah! Come let me make up for the things you lack. Because you're burning up. I gotta get it fast. Yeah. Take him to the bridge.
Oh my God.
So next lyrics are dirty babe. Uh-huh. Oh God. This is can I stop now? We're probably like 30 seconds into the song and I'm not having fun.
Trust me, we're all having fun.
This is clearly not a collective we.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Yeah, can you not tell the joy from my voice? I don't think I'll make it through the bridge. I fucking muted myself off the bridge.
Episode 1.
You know what? I think that we need... You're a bitch today, Brian. Keep going. So, I think that every single chapter that I read on this, recurring event should be accompanied with a song. This is... Oh, God. Yeah, so...
Oh, it hurts.
You okay now?
No.
Storyline, Brian. What?
I'm just gonna eat some pie and make myself feel better. Oh goodness.
Oh dear. I really, really hope that helped you choke on your food, or took away at least some of the enjoyment from it.
You know, the homemade whipped cream is what really makes it. That's the you could call it the cream on top. You know, the cherry on top. I don't have any cherries.
The creme de la creme.
We have cherries. The creme de la creme. Ooh, thank you. That's a good one.
That is very good. You can tell the author in that family. Can't wait to start that anthology. Fuck that Michael guy. What an asshole.
Oh man, I almost died.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like
I don't think you would have been ready for the chorus that says, "You ready? You ready?"
Sitting behind the computer listening to it right there.
Oh,
We're probably going to
But,
show my kid's Instagram page now. There's going to be thousands of people laughing at us on Instagram.
No.
no. We'll never be popular. We'll just be those outcasts that everyone laughs at, not with.
I showed Lucas he's on break and he's like, oh my god, it's amazing.
Yeah. So we have an entire Culver's restaurant just cracking up right now.
Yeah, my old coworkers.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Why?
that's Katie, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
me.
I was like, Amanda sounded very useful for a second.
No.
Right. So, should I read your fucking book? Sorry for
Sure,
cursing
yeah,
in front of your family,
I don't think
but I'm
it's
not
fair.
sorry.
There's no way my book is going to be able to top Sexy Pack, but
Oh, it won't. Like that was a car crash right there. But this is so many more words. So let's see. Sorry, people are pinging. Why are people mentioning me in comments, Jay? Don't make me scared. Oh,
Hey, but you stole my fork.
I did? This was your fork?
Yes.
did you start using 2 fucking forks, you fat bastard? As in, like, well, the food is not getting in fast enough.
You already used it.
I did use it. So I have a pie fork and then a food fork.
It's not even pie, it's a tart.
It is a tart. I'm sorry. Wasn't it? No.
Uncultured.
That
Yes, he
sounds
was
really
really-
twisted, Ryan.
She would most definitely still feed him.
Like, I'm trying to lose weight. This does not look as though I would be losing any weight.
Oh man.
You could run away afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jay, we wouldn't actually be able to do any of Jez's books because this is like a chapter 1 thing, and Jez's chapters are longer than Michael's books. So Audible would have a fucking problem with that. And then they'd be like, even though this is kind of like a pirated, shitty knockoff Audible, like, you know, audiobook, they're like, no, people enjoyed it too much. Get rid of it. So,
Oh, man.
right. So,
This is fantastic.
I don't want to read it now because I'm just so annoyed with you. Like, you planned this and it hurts.
You said no, you weren't going to come visit me. So
I didn't say that. When did I say that?
you said you'll have to convince me when you go to Georgia.
Yeah, I did say that. But that wasn't me saying I wouldn't go. I just said
That's
you have
true.
to convince
That's-
me.
You know what? You are right. That's true. But see, now I don't even have to go to Georgia to convince you.
Well, no, as in, like, I'd go there and then you'd be like, oh yeah, we lied, no food, and it's just like there aren't any actual squirrels, and yeah, and this was all like a TV set this whole time. Here's a backpack, go have fun. Welcome to America, live the dream. So fucking hell.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Oh, okay.
I have monster in my nose.
Don't do that.
Okay, so that's a very good segue from Michael Chatfield. There's goats in Kansas, though. Oh, a food intervention. Oh, Lars, that would literally. It's like, we're actually vegan now. So please lick this ice cube. And Ryan, I don't know. Like, I can actually make food. I just don't parade it in front of others to cause misery. Okay?
Oh man. Can you make a delicious blueberry tart? Can you do that?
No. Like, I've never tried.
Or a homemade brownie swirl cheesecake?
No, like these are all kind of like these are all notions things. It's kind of like, what will give me sustenance to survive versus what would I do if I had a live-in maid? No offense, Amanda, but it feels like Michael is like, oh, she's so exhausted after working, all of these hours, 20 hours a day, and then she came home and fucking had to make me food. Oh. God, she's so selfish. Oh, and then I was getting handsy with her, and she's like, ooh. Yeah.
Go write a book or something.
Yeah, she's out there saving lives, and I'm there writing stories. So... But
no, brownie swirl, not squirrel cheesecake.
Michael, he's foreign. Be nice. Yes, Lars. Squirrels. Them Swedes, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, they cray.
He's from Denmark. He hates being called Swedish. So yeah, just like minor passive aggressive. Just throw that in there.
Holland anyway.
They're all the same. Scandinavia.
Gotcha.
It's grand. Just like Europe. We're all one country.
Yeah, and basically, I mean, you're like the size of Texas by itself.
There you go. But, oh, that's
oh man.
I'm in danger. But have you ever actually listened to Lars? His voice. He sounds like such a supervillain, like a Bond villain. And it's just, and even the little pauses he does between sentences, it just sounds like he's coming up with like a masterful plan. And I love it. And then I was like, I love your voice, man. And he's like, you're making fun of me. And I was like, even that sounds menacing and dastardly. And I'm like, no. I think you're great.
What you're saying is you found the guy who keeps tying people to railroad tracks?
Yeah. But Michael,
this whole time it's been Lars.
And what's his surname? Mashamulmulu. Michelin star. Anyway. Well, while you're eating, will I start reading this?
Okay, go ahead. Just serenade me with your beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, need to make sure that I definitely don't go over 10 minutes. Because that's like the audible kind of like, no, you've broken terms.
Yeah, we don't want to get sued. No, thank you.
Yeah. Geneva is timing. Such a star.
Okay.
Except for the fact that she didn't fucking tell me anything about this.
She helped plan it. Why would she tell you?
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, Reincarnation, Ajansha Cultivation Series, open bracket, Threads of Fate, Book 1, close bracket. Chapter 1, next paragraph, Rise to the Top, next Is this what you wanted? No, I'm sorry, you didn't give me any direction. And by the way, I'm just going to... Oh, fuck you, Jay. So, you know what? I have now I've decided that I'm going to pronounce the characters how I would read them. Jain and Minge. So I know other people might call them Jim and Ming, but nope, it's Jean and Minge. Okay. Gotta hype myself up.
You got this.
I
have
believe
faith
in
in
you.
Yeah.
That makes two people. Neither of them are me. Oh yeah. Dramatic pause. It was nearing my 650th birthday, and I was finally ready to take the next step. The formation plates, a gift from my closest friend, were in their proper positions in concentric circles around me. Inside the rings of formation plates, there were structured piles of elemental affiliated cores, equal amounts of wood, earth, metal, water, wind, and fire. They were to help ensure I had an equal amount of energy from each element as I drew them into my cores. Balance was important when trying to break through the highest levels of cultivation this part of the world has ever known. The alchemy pill bottles were in neat rows placed in front of my crossed knees, ready for me to take as needed. My preferred focusing stone was on a leather cord around my neck, helping to purify the energies of the universe that the formation plates were drawing towards me. It was finally time. After centuries of preparation and planning, I had everything in place for my advancement to Emperor rank. I heard a knock on the door of my covered courtyard, and with a thought, I waved away the knot of power holding the door closed. Enter, I growled, putting power into the word and causing the walls to rumble with the annoyance of being interrupted. As one of the most powerful people within several thousand miles, it was very uncommon for someone to interrupt me when I was in seclusion. In strode one of only a handful of people who had the power to approach my wards, my best friend, teacher, and leader, the Emperor. He strode through the entrance, oozing power from his pores. He was a tall and distinguished-looking man, his thin mustache and beard hanging below his chin, with black hair going grey at the temples. He wore his customary purple robes with a thread of gold embroidery, and the thin band of jade around his head that served as his crown kept his waist-long hair out of his face. Despite the grey in his hair, he still looked like a man who hadn't yet reached 40 summers. He was closer to 900 years old, but being the highest-ranked cultivator in the Empire had its perks. His powerful aura caused a few of my protection wards carved around the doorway to pop and crackle as they were disrupted. I sighed. I was going to have to fix those before I got started. This was only one of a few reasons why I had always tried to visit him and not the other way around. As the Emperor, he never tried to hide his aura. This meant that unless a formation master spent days on a single ward, as soon as he passed it, it was destroyed as if it had never been. It would take me hours to fix this. The Emperor smiled at me with a mischievous glint in his blue eyes. He knew exactly what he had done. He was a jerk, but he was still my friend. Jean, I am glad I caught you before you got started, he said, throwing his arms open in greeting as he walked over to me. Since it was just the two of us. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm bringing sexy back, bitches. Jean, I am glad I caught you before you got started, he said, throwing his arms open in greeting as he walked over to me. Since it was just the two of us, I didn't bother with bowing and scraping that the court normally demanded when I was in his presence. Minge, I said as I stood to embrace him. While I am always glad to see you, what would cause you to interrupt me on a day as important as this? I waved him over to a bench along the wall so we could sit. Jean, as you know, this process could take days, maybe even weeks, for you to restructure and solidify all three cores. I have two gifts for you to help ease the process. He smiled as he held out his hands. Minge held a bright red crystal in one, and a pill the size of a thumbnail in the other. What are these? I asked as I looked at them. The crystals sparkled in the light that came through the windows. The pill is a body stasis pill. It will ensure you do not feel hunger or have the need to relieve yourself for 10 full days.
He doesn't have the poop.
Constipation pill, yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that. Oh, it's condensed with fiber. It isn't useful for many things, but for extended cultivation, like what you're going through, it is perfect. I've now decided that Minge is super flamboyant. I snatched it out of the air as he tossed it my way. Thank you, my friend. A pill like this would be worth my weight in gold to most cultivators. Of course, Minge said with a smile. When you become emperor like me, I can surely use the help. The eastern borders need a firmer hand to watch over them, and I think you are the man for the job. He pointedly looked towards my weapons rack, hanging on the wall as we sat next to each other. Oh, God. I couldn't stop the sigh that escaped my lips. This again. We have talked about this at length, my friend. I do not wish to become one of your warlords, crushing peasants into submission. I understand, intellectually, why you take these tactics, but my heart is not in it. I would rather travel the northern mountain ranges and test my new strength against the monsters that roam our borders. Minge looked down, his cheeks slightly reddening in anger at my reply. We will discuss this after your rise. My other gift is an improvement over your focusing stone. It is paired with the formation plates I gave you and will speed up the purification of energies as they move towards your core. I looked at the stone as he handed it to me. It was surprisingly warm to the touch. Sounds like we're going down an erotica route here. The focusing stone I currently had was one I gained after defeating a sky raven that destroyed a string of villages a few decades ago. I had grown attached to it, and I was well adjusted to the rate of absorption it could maintain. Using a new focusing stone right as I was taking the biggest known step in cultivation seemed like a very monstrous mistake. Minge could have clearly seen the hesitation on my face. Do you remember how I found you, Jim? I grimaced at the long ago memory. Minge had found me wandering the rice fields of the southern provinces when I was nothing but a lost teenager. Creepy. He recognized my potential when no one else did and instantly accepted me into his group of students. Grooming. I was born with a malformed upper core, or brain core, and as a result my clan disowned me and cast me aside. Minge, having more knowledge about cultivation than most clan libraries ever held, had insight enough to realize that my core was a boon for later stages, and only a hindrance during the first few levels of cultivation. The Emperor quite literally raised me from the dirt and into the glittering halls of the Imperial Palace. I had spent over 6 centuries as his student, advisor, confidant, enforcer, and friend. I met him when I was still a body cultivator, and he was a sage. Since then, I had been slowly catching up to him. I was only days, maybe just hours away from finally standing on the same level as my mentor, and the pride I had welling up inside was an emotion I was relatively unfamiliar with. I remember, Minge, I could never forget all that you have given me. I am your man, your friend, until the day I die, I said with as much conviction as I could convey. Good, he said with another smile. Then there should be no question that my intentions are for the greater good. I gave him a defeated grin and replaced my focusing stone with his inside my necklace. Euphemism. I felt another flash of heat from it and lifted it away from my chest. Is it fire aspect? I asked with clear confusion in my voice. I was not unable to use fire, but I was not primarily a fire element user. Minge leveled a flat stare in my direction. It does have a strong fire affinity, but it should well be within your abilities to handle. He stood to go as I let the stone fall back against my chest. Okay, I have 1 minute left.
Okay.
Sometimes. Sometimes I started shaking my head. I think you overestimate my abilities, my teacher. Minge looked aside and stood up to walk out the door. I watched him go, his long robe trailing on the polished marble floor as he looked over his shoulder to say goodbye. Jean, you know that I always do what is best for the greater good, right? I nodded, and Ming waved his hand to repair the wards as he had damaged before he disappeared out the door. Uncharacteristic of him to save me the trouble, but I appreciated it. His last statement was an interesting thing to say, but he and I had conversed at length about the minutiae of the greater good and the ethics of specific actions. I had long held the belief that while the greater good was always important, the ethics of your actions have to be weighed equally. We had disagreed on it for centuries, but as the student, I was honor bound to follow my teacher's instructions. Probably stop it there.
Yeah, it says Geneva says our time's up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Is this fine, man? It's so hot right now.
So Amanda walked in just like at the last couple times that you're saying what Minge and Jeem, and she was looking at me like, what is he doing?
Wait, so is that not how you pronounce their names? It's Jim and Ming. Ming the Merciless, but I thought Minge the Flamboyant.
You should come here. Besides, you gotta get yourself some food too.
But no, I have to say that for anyone's even slightly curious about it, I obviously didn't do it justice, but the rest of that chapter has an event that really kind of like will grab you. Not like Ming grabbing Jim, but it will very much like, you know, I was like, oh, this is a nice slow start. This is probably going to be a slow build. Oh, fuck, no. Oh, no. Oh, you bastard. So that was my, like, in the next 2 pages or so, you're going to have a, fucker moment, and you will definitely be reading on from there. So yeah, that was my very, very poor impression of a narration of chapter 1. But yeah, threads dragging on the floor. But yeah, so probably a second, you know, came second to my bringing sexy back, but what can you do?
I don't know if you saw that, but Amanda just took a hit straight from the bottle of 15-year scotch.
Is there anything this woman can't do?
No.
So,
Pancakes.
Amanda, I swear to God, if tolerating Michael, putting out this spread, working 20-hour days, doing all of this stuff, hasn't turned you into an alcoholic, I swear to God, like, you are a saint. What, like, just like blink twice if you need help. But like on camera, we can't see. Don't reach for her, Michael. The food was a distraction. That'll keep him 13 minutes top. He's a fast eater. Where's my turkey? But yeah. But yeah. And thank you, Jay. I'm happy that you liked it.
Yeah, it was good. I gotta admit, I mean, you're no Travis Baldry, who did the narration on Audible, but you're pretty solid. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'm not going up against fucking Travis. Thank you very much. Like, I swear to God, like, could we not have gotten a shit narrator or something to compete with, or someone that's like, I'm thinking about getting a narration done, and then I'll just be like, yeah, no, I'll just fucking like read chapter 1, and they'll be like, oh my God, I don't have anything to compare this to. This is amazing, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm great. But Travis fucking Baldry on my debut, yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh man.
Fucking hell.
Have you met Travis?
No.
Oh
No.
man, he is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
No, he sounds super cool. Like, just looking at his CV, like makes games, narrator, writer, you know, fucking publishing deals and everything. And he's apparently just super lovely. Like, every time I see him in the Discord, he's just like lovely.
He's so nice. He's so cool.
Yeah. But one of the guys I work with, so I work in the video games industry as a recruiter, and one of them was saying like, "Oh, Travis, he's a great guy," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, we used to hang out together like back in America." I was like, "This is so cool," like just like that. Yeah, it's just really, really nice. But anyway, I will now maximize the screen and go away from your story. But did you enjoy? I've returned it from my library because I'm like, ugh, just, I was just filling
Thanks
up
so
too much
much.
space. Yeah. I was literally going to just like burn it in front of you, but that would mean I have to buy it and support you. So I just went with Kindle Unlimited because, like, what I've given you like 2 cents from reading. So
Thanks so much, man. I appreciate you.
yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Got to support other fledgling authors. But I how would you afford all that food without people like me? So
Nice to see
yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, no.
Goat story.
Oh, good.
I've done my part. I'm not letting you off the fucking hook.
Okay, all right.
Already told these.
So no, okay. I will tell one, and it's the one. I'm not going to tell about the one in Morocco, but I won't
Not telling the best one. Go on.
Okay, this is a real thing. It's a true story. Here in the small town in Kansas where I'm currently located, there is an actual goat rapist on the loose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, he still hasn't been caught. It's been months. And he goes around and he strangles goats as he's to death as he's raping them. And they find their like dead bodies. Like, his pace is calmed down. Either that or he only like swings by. No, Jez, I'm not telling the Moroccan story.
You can't tell that story. You can't tell that story, Jez. I've heard it. That's Dragon Con.
But no, like it's a real thing. Like, there's a goat rapist on the loose,
There is.
and they can't find him.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of
No, Jez, it's not me.
Whoa.
Why would he need ghosts?
Gross. Stop.
To Brian in Scotland. Oh man.
So I was going to say that I was going to have to buy your books now to support your kids going through therapy.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You're welcome, Katie. I got your back. Just don't dress up as a ghost for Halloween, okay? Just
Standing on it.
But
So bad. But no, it's like a real thing. That cops are worried because like that's like a gateway drug into like cow raping.
Not
You
drug.
never know.
No. It's not a drug. It's not a drug. Oh my God, dude.
Lars and Kev are on my shit list. No, not Kev. Sorry, Kev hasn't said anything in a while. It's Ryan and Lars are on my shit list at the minute. But I'll take Scotland because, Celtic. That's totally fine. But yeah, English. God. I haven't colonized anyone anywhere. I get drunk a lot. Scotland, sorted. But no, you are, Jay. Don't worry. I'm sure. I'm just assuming you've done something. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, you're on the shit list. Don't worry. But yeah. So I guess if you were to kind of try a little bit of professionalism here,
No promises.
I've already abandoned this thought.
Yeah.
But
Long
there was
time
this,
ago.
a long time ago. So, yeah. Did we even ever start with it? But I want to say, like, what are you kind of like? Where is has it been completed? Threads of Fate. Is it now? You're on book 4 at the minute, or is it?
So book 4 is out. I'm writing book 5. I also signed a contract with Dakota to work on his Year of the Sword series.
Cool.
And so I also have what I like to call my my fever dream story.
Got a lot of those.
Called Wandering Warrior. So
Oh,
what
never.
happened was I got super sick, right? Like we're pretty sure it was COVID, and like I had an actual fever, and I just had this like book idea pop in my head, and like didn't really realize what I was doing when I had this in the grips of this fever. And the very next day, I go and check my Patreon page because I had a lot of comments on there, and everybody was like, man, this is great. This is fantastic. And I had written and then posted the first 5 chapters in a brand new series called Wandering Warrior, completely like in a daze, in like a fevered haze. Like, didn't even realize I had done it until the next day. And so now I'm like, oh crap, now I gotta write this too. And have you ever seen Judge Dredd? It's got
Yes.
Sylvester Stallone in it. And then
Yes.
there's the new one, Dredd, that's got, what's his name, Carl Urban. I don't remember the guy's name. But anyway, so imagine Judge Dredd, but in a fantasy world.
Absolutely.
So that's what Wandering Warrior is. It's like a lit RPG cultivation. It's also hyper violent, like Threads of Fate is. Yeah, but like it's a lot of fun because he portal hops. He's a wandering warrior. He portal hops to a different world every year. So every year it's a brand new system. It's a brand new way to become powerful every single year. So the first, you're totally not. Thanks, Jess. But yeah,
Need more inspiration. Chapter 4, bitches.
But yeah,
Right.
it's super fun. My patrons on Patreon love it. And so I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to be writing 3 books at the same time, because if I had just written like right now with the word count that I have on each of them, I would have like a book and 3/4 done. But since it's spread across 3 books, I have no books done. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not doing that again. But what I want to do is I need to get caught up to the contracts that I have with Dakota on Year of the Sword. And then once I do that, I can focus back on Threads of Fate and finish up book 5.
Yeah.
Yes, Ryan, you are absolutely right.
About what?
He made a comment. Hyper violent, just like Brian watching Michael pull out dish after dish of food on a live. Yeah.
Food on the live feed. Live feed. I
Yes.
took that literally. Yeah, it's a live feed. Right. So I have another question, and this is kind of off the wall. Okay. So this is very, very no time to prepare for this. So I'm currently writing a story at the minute, and I've been putting a lot of authors into it in like cameo characters. So I have Jez, I have Lars, I have Kev, I have Chatfield, I've a few people in there. So if you were in a superhero academy,
Okay.
would you want to be a student or a lecturer or something else?
I would like to be a lecturer, but a really bad one.
Perfect. You're in there with Kev. So, his first day, he literally mauls a fucking student. He's like, you're not prepared. And so, if you were to have a certain superpower, what would it be?
I mean, okay, you know a little bit about me, so I would say it would be like unlimited healing. Like no matter what you do, I cannot die.
You would need it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. It's like, oh, he's like the best healers. Oh no, he doesn't heal others.
No.
Oh, just like running into conflicts with a bomb being like, I'll be fine. It's telling the students on the first day, like, take your fucking best shot. This is resilience 101. Is your need a counselor afterwards?
Yes, embrace pain. Pretend it isn't real and just keep going.
Tears of joy, bitches. Tears of joy. Patriotic.
I was on a training exercise and broke my leg and then kept running around on it for 4 hours.
It's still broken.
Yeah, before they were like, hey, your ankle is the size of a grapefruit. We should get that checked out because it broke right above the ankle. But yeah.
And were you like, delicious. I wonder if Amanda could prepare a grapefruit tart.
So I go to the
Let me just
hospital.
run home on this ankle.
I can.
Oh man. Yeah, okay, so all right, Ryan, I got shot in the back once and didn't even realize it until after the exchange was over. Like, didn't even know. And then afterwards I was like, ow, it hurts.
So this is what I mean. So for anyone that didn't believe me, do you know when I said that Michael just tells you amazing facts and then moves on? It's like, oh yeah, I got shot in the back, didn't even know. And then just started the story. And you're like, what? People, what? Like, in 1 minute we got broken ankle and shot in the back. And like, please tell me you turned around and was like, dude, why? As you fall. As in like, good guy, teammate. The guy holding his head wound being like, I'm not done with you.
Well, no, the guy who shot me in the back was a bad guy, but the guy that stabbed me in the testicles was a good guy.
Yes, that
So
was, yeah, I remember that story. I remember that. Ask
Yeah,
him
oh,
about
and then,
getting struck by
Sean's got
lightning.
the getting struck by lightning thing. That happened in Arkansas though. That wasn't overseas. That was in the United States.
He called me. He called me after he got stabbed.
Because his
Yeah.
phone was on full charge. Oh, sorry. I thought it was like, hey, that's nice.
After his mission, he went on a mission, and he's like, "Hey, I got stabbed," and I was like, "Well, are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I'm like, "It's okay. We're done having kids."
And then we got Naomi.
No.
No, we had Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi was already born by the time I got stabbed in the testicles.
Oh, that's lame. My
Yeah.
thing was funnier.
It was way funnier because you imagine him coming back, be like, "Want to check if it still works?" And it's like, "Oh no, more tuition." Didn't think this through.
So we know it still works because I had a miscarriage after that.
Yeah. But
That's
yeah.
a little sad, but you know.
Depresso, espresso.
Espresso.
I'm just saying.
Fine.
No.
Yeah, it still works. I don't know. But yeah, no, I will say getting stabbed hurt worse than getting shot. That's for sure.
Because it was
That sentence.
Yeah.
That sentence. Like,
Well,
it
Get stabbed, like you feel it go in and then you feel it come back out. And it's just, and like as it comes back out, it's like cutting. Like it was because it went in and then like came out like that. And it really hurt.
like what I find really funny is that like when you're looking at like you're talking to all these people. I'm sorry, are you just having a fun sidebar over there? Like, do you want me to just leave the call? It's like, no, like this is fine. I'll wait.
No, she's like, did it make this sound? As it came out, I'm like, no.
I asked if it make the pop sound.
Yeah.
And then I said it didn't make the sound.
Yeah.
So not only was I,
In fact, the only sound I heard was.
Please tell me it was the other person being like, "This is disgusting."
I'm sorry, that's meta humor.
Yeah. No, the other person. So it happened so fast, right? Like I got stabbed, and then my reflex was to headbutt him. And I was wearing a helmet. And I was wearing my Kevlar, so I headbutted him and broke his nose. And so like he's screaming about getting his blood's covering his face. I'm screaming because I'm bleeding from my testicles. It was a crazy day.
What a doozy. Like,
And then my question was, did it make a crunch?
No, I didn't crunch. I didn't crunch. There was no crunching.
That's weird.
Michael, like I just so when we're writing all these fantasy stories and stuff, there's usually combat and that we're talking about these things. And I find it so funny how disingenuous most of us are in that it's like, oh yeah, he does this and this is how he feels. I imagine that's how it is. And you're like, nope. This is how it feels. And people are like, that is so unrealistic. And you'd be like, bitch, come to my face. Say it to me. I will show you pain. But
No,
it's
I mean, that's a real thing. I honestly think that's one of the reasons why my books did well when they first came out is because how, I guess, I don't want to say real they are because they're a fantasy, but how accurate they are. Anybody who's ever been shot or stabbed or punch in the face, can read my book and be like, yeah, that's exactly what it feels like.
Cut it.
You know?
You did.
And so
Please.
they're cutting up the brownie swirl cheesecake.
I know. I can see Amanda delegating. It's just like it's a whole new level of feederism. It's like telling the child to feed. It's just like, yeah, you cut that nice and good. Your father has served this country. He needs pie. Sorry, tart. But fucking hell. Oh, sorry.
I think my thing is whenever people write about death, and I'm like, that's not how it is.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wow.
you'll die.
Well, Sarah, I feel like a lot of authors don't do a good job at describing like smell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. I mean, positivity and joy. You have to look on the bright side. Like, hey, I got stabbed, but I'm still alive, right? Like that's a win.
That's good.
Not if you're having that thought the moment it happens. It's like, still alive. Take it out. Otherwise, I won't be alive. Let's just keep that in. This is my new life now.
You know,
But,
like I said, but positivity, it's key. Positivity is key in life. It's very important. Yeah, everything's still there. It works. We're good.
that's great. I'm happy for you. You're really happy for you.
Yeah,
you live-
I get cheesecake. Exactly, Jay.
That's right.
yeah, you got your cake and you're eating it. It's great.
I can't get this.
If you were here, you could have some too.
Bring it down here. Give it to Bob.
Yeah,
I-
give me the
I-
cheese.
Like, if I had to stare you down to get the last piece of pie, I don't think I'd win that stare down. with everything I know about you now, I'd be fucking terrified.
No, you're not.
Oh no. He's like, you know what, Brian? Bleat like a goat so I can get in the mood. I'm going to take you around back.
See what happens, Brian.
We would never do that. Ever.
No, it's Amanda. It would just be like, oh, you want another one? She just make you a whole nother one.
Oh,
Just
damn.
ask.
Oh my God. It just, who knew that heaven was in Kansas? Oh no, cholesterol and diabetes. That's in
That's
Kansas.
yeah.
Always get those mixed up.
Yes. In the green beans alone.
There's like 2 sticks of butter in those mashed potatoes, but man, are they good.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like I can see it going up, like your blood sugar is just going up. With each scoop. It's like, nope.
There's half bacon in there.
Yeah, there's like half a pound of bacon in the green beans too to like really.
I genuinely thought that you were pointing at the whipped cream, and I'm like, my God, America. It's in like, no.
No,
As in like, I'm sure it's delicious, but no.
the green beans.
Yeah.
No. And the whipped cream, there's a cup and a half.
Of sugar.
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, there's a cup and a half of whipped cream. Or yeah. And then there's 6 tablespoons of sugar in there. That's it.
Magical. Absolutely magical. Like I remember when I started learning how to make those like millionaire squares, the chocolate, then the caramel, and then the biscuit base.
Yeah.
That seeing the ingredients, I'd be like, oh God, I'm never eating all of this because of the amount of butter and sugar. And you're like, oh. And then like an hour later, you're there eating them, going like, guess I'm dying then. You're just like, they're just so delicious. Nom, 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 nom.
No.
Oh well.
Well, in the cheesecake, it's 2 blocks of cream cheese. There's just a little bit of sugar.
Fuck you, Michael.
This
You
is
look
so
like-
good.
I know. I can see it on your fucking face. Could you just stop? Could you at least pretend it's shit? Just be like, could be better. As in like, no.
No.
I love how Amanda laughed at that because she knows it's fantastic. She's like, I don't make shit.
Has Michael told you how much my cheesecakes made?
Oh, so
Yeah.
I don't think I have. I love how we just are now just talking, nothing about books. Anyway, so
Okay, we're never going to read it anyway, Michael. So
Yeah.
let's go.
Thanks, Brian. No,
You're welcome. They want to hear the re-record of Minge and Jean.
yeah.
Fuck you, Travis.
No, so whenever I was stationed out at the Presidio Monterey and in California, at the Defense Language Institute Foreign Language Center, they put me in charge of the volunteer program.
Mhm.
And so one of the programs that I really wanted to focus on was Relay for Life, because I've had cancer affect my family, a lot of people in my family. And so we really focused in on that, and we were like, what can we do to raise money? What can we do? And so I would do like pancake breakfasts, because I'm really good at making pancakes, and Amanda's really good at making cheesecakes.
But I didn't know it then.
Yeah, she didn't know it then, but she was like, you know what? I'll try making a cheesecake, and we'll see how that sells. And 2 years later, between the two of us, we made $385,000 for Relay for Life.
Tell him how much you're buying cheesecake.
Yes, 345,000 of that was Amanda's cheesecakes.
That is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's a lot
how
of
much
money.
are you selling them for? 20 grand?
No.
No,
It's going to really gullible, like fucking rich people, being like, best cake. Nom, 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 nom.
No,
Do you need a mortgage on this cake?
Yeah, it was $40 a cheesecake.
$5
$5 a slice or $40 a cheesecake, and we could not keep them in stock. Like, she would make 5, 6, 7, 10 cheesecakes a day, and they would just be gone like that.
I was so tired.
Yes.
I made a lot of cheesecakes.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff, though.
Yeah, and it was like every day for like 2 years,
Yeah.
and then it, like I said, brought in like 345,000, and I brought in 40 grand with pancakes though. In 2
I
years.
am really proud of you, Michael, because like that's an incredible achievement for you.
Yes.
That is like, but we always knew Amanda was the better one of the two of you. So I'm like I'm not even shocked or surprised. Like,
I'm proud of it.
but
Yeah.
Like I said, I can't make pancakes.
Yeah.
no.
I have, man. It's the one.
No. She absolutely can, and they're incredible, and it's probably her favorite thing to make. And she's like, I have to let him have something. Just in secret, in the middle of the night, she comes down to make pancakes and be like, I miss you so much. No. I'd be like, oh, back to the starchy shit from Michael Head.
I really can't.
Oh,
No. Yeah. Flavor that pie with your tears, Michael. But,
This is ridiculous. It is so good.
It was funny. I don't know if you know Carl Stubblefield.
Oh, you should
all
Carl on here for one of these.
He's awesome.
Do you remember he's the
Lair dentist.
yeah, he's the
dentist.
dentist. Yes, yeah. He's the coolest author / dentist I know.
And that is a fantastic sentence.
Pants down, not pants
I was
down.
like, what are you saying?
Pants down. Where did you what?
I don't know. I thought he said pants down.
My teeth are up here. Just like, oh, what do you think? Root canal? Ooh.
You were over here playing games last night, though. But
Yeah.
his son was here, and he kept asking me how the cakes were.
Yeah. Carl's kid, his oldest son, he was like, so is that cheesecake done yet?
He was so cute. He was smelling.
He was like, nope, sorry, but this is.
He's 24 years old, being like, when's that cake coming along there, man?
So, he's such a sweetheart, but
Yeah.
and I felt so bad. So now I need to make him a cheesecake. So I'm gonna make him one sometimes.
Love it.
Yeah. So I need
But
to rough it off.
so, like, who all lives around you from the author community?
Yeah, we got Carl Stubblefield. We have Xander Boyce.
Dakota Kraut.
Dakota, yeah.
I mean, Ryan DeBrun is supposed to be moving here sometime
Supposed
soon.
to, but I hope so.
And then
we like Ryan.
Oh crap! Was the guy who narrates Dungeon Crawler Carl? I can't think of his name.
Oh, I'm close
Jeff
to the
Hayes.
computer.
Thank you, Shiva. Jeff Hayes. He lives around here too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then so like all the people that come visit Jeff Hayes. Oh, we also have Nathan Amy and his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Love him.
They live in Missouri though.
Yeah, but they're still super close.
Yeah.
And then is it Shammy Stovall?
Oh, she's great. She was on Jez's live last week.
Yeah, she's real close too.
Yeah.
She's like within an hour or two drive. I don't know. We're just building up this huge community of authors in this area, and it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. And I mean, sometimes we'll just like call each other up and be like, "Hey, my place for board games tonight," or "My place for watch the football game," or my place for the barbecue. You know, that kind of stuff.
We're inviting people over next Sunday for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, having a big Super Bowl party.
Mm-hmm.
That's super cool. It'd be like 2 a.m. for me, and I'd be like, "Why am I doing this? I've worked tomorrow." And I don't understand this game. It's just like, go sports.
Yes, our Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl again, so we're
Yeah. No, but the Six Nations is happening at the minute, which is a rugby tournament.
Oh, okay.
And so Scotland beat England, which is great because, like, it's not about who you want to win; it's about who you want to lose, and it's always so like it's fine. Like, let them be good at soccer.
They can have that one.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, enjoy that, lads. Yeah. But,
if there's one place I really want to visit, it's Scotland, and then right after that, Ireland. So they're like neck and neck, but you know.
amazing. But no, we'll have to get you over to Ireland at some point.
Yes.
But,
you already said we can stay at your place for free.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You're like, for free.
And you also didn't say how long we could stay there before you kick us out.
Are you afraid he's gonna charge us?
No. I didn't mean the free part. I just mean that we could stay with him. I'm just saying he didn't say how he didn't cut off a time limit. So like, I mean, how's August looking?
So in August, this is killing me. Okay, like of all the months you could say, August, I'm going to a wedding. I'm also like, I think Chatfield's coming over to the UK, and we're going to be I'll be meeting up with him, Jez, Kev, and I think Lars is coming over. Not 100% sure. There's later in August is Dragon Con. There's potentially Gamescom is happening in Germany, which I might be going to. And then our game, Baldur's Gate 3, is being released in August. So that is a lot of things happening in August. So you should absolutely crash at my place for the whole month and just make
hell
living hell. It's in like, it's only 30 days of Amanda's cooking, but I'm sure I'll survive. It's like, oh no, here's your kitchen now. It's great. So yeah, like there's a bed here if you decide to sleep for 4 hours. But like,
we need to make more cheesecakes. We gotta sell them.
Yeah.
Just market. No.
Sitting at the back with cigars, being like, Amanda, how are those cheesecakes coming? Please don't kill me. And this is great. But like, if we end up going into cardiac arrest, like, who better to have there than you?
The paramedic,
It's like I feed you, I resuscitate you, and then I feed you again. And it's like, let me die. It's like, more cake.
This is really a good thing I'm getting an A-bed for our anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, like so I guess to put some semblance of, you know, sanity on this, Jez always asks people, you know, at the end of his streams and stuff to be like, is there anything, like any stuff you're reading at the minute that you enjoy, maybe shouting at new authors and stuff. And the only caveat I say is can't be Mettendale Press.
Okay, that's fair.
No, but it absolutely can be Mettendale Press.
Okay.
I just wanted to be bitchy there for a second, but no.
Yeah, no,
absolutely. It's just like,
so honestly though, Mountaindale Press,
We'll probably do both.
yeah, Mountaindale Press is awesome. Like they're they're putting out books so fast I can't keep up.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of newer books that have come out that I haven't read yet. But like Chris Johns or Chris Dagny,
That's Axe-Druid guy.
yeah, like he's has a brand new series coming out in that universe. It involves the children of the people from the. I mean, dude, and not only that, but Chris is an awesome dude. Like I have a picture of hanging up in my office of him in a group hug with me and a bunch of other large hairy guys, topless in the rain, and that's
so heartwarming.
It is, right? It's so
Yeah.
like it's awesome. Like he's such a great guy. And then
I'd be jealous, but they're hairier than me, so I'm not.
Get the glue. we're hairing me up. Oh god.
But he's just the first one that popped in my head. But like Xander Boyce, Ryan DeBrun, Jay Boyce, who's Xander's sister. I'm trying to think of we've got Dawn Chapman was on. She's a Mountain Dale Press author. Lars is a Mountain Dale Press author.
Mm-hmm.
Frank is a Mountain Dale Press
There's a
author.
guy named Frank.
Yeah, Frank is so cool.
Nikolai
Ganella. That is he is one of the coolest dudes ever. Like him, Chatfield, and you and Dakota, like the coolest people. You know what I mean?
I don't share that fucking stage.
Yeah. But, like Nikolai is such a cool guy, and he has the Unbound series that was started on Royal Road, and now it's such a cool guy.
There was a new signing though, wasn't there? There was recently. I think there was a new guy that started.
That's Frank.
Frank.
Yeah, and then Alex has the Vaudevillain series.
From Royal Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex Wolf, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dave Petrie. Dave Petrie has the Necrotic Apocalypse series. He's got the Pixel Dust series. Dave also works in video games.
Cool.
Like I'm trying to think.
Who is it that's been keeping you up lately?
Oh, now for non-Mountain Dale Press people, there's this.
He stayed up late just recently, and I told him you can't go to bed because we have stuff to do.
Yeah, I had to stay. I literally stayed up all night reading this.
And I was like, you knew better. I don't know why you're looking at me and giving me that look, going like, but I'm tired. And I'm like, but you knew. You knew we had stuff.
Where's it at here? It's
we have deadlines.
It's Actus.
Actus, Morkster Chef or something.
Yeah, he wrote Morkster Chef, but his new one, Gleam, love it. Absolutely awesome. He's got it's only got 39 chapters out right now on Royal Road, but it's called Gleam, which is the name of the city that he's in. Yeah. It's a cultivation story. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm always a fan of Path of Ascension by C. Mantis. And then another one, this guy, J.L. Vincent, he has Overleveled Arrival in a New World. It's only got 32 chapters out, and he just got married, so he doesn't have a very steady publishing schedule yet, but it's hilarious. It's such a funny story. System Change by Sunrise CV.
It's a lot of keeping them awake.
Yeah, and Death Genesis by N.R. Searcy. That one's super good. It came out. Book 1 came out on Amazon, but it's still he's up past chapter 200 on Royal Road. But yeah, those are the big ones. I read Mark of the Krijiks by Think Twice, Apocalypse Redux by Jacob H. Grief. So many freaking people that I read. Trying to think. I don't know. You can get me talking about books, man. So most authors in the genre, I was a reader first. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I was a reader long before that. Oh, Portal to Nova Roma by J.R. Matthews. I know people probably heard that 1,000 times. This one's a little known. I feel like that's really good. It's called Empire Eternal by Philip Munzer.
I haven't heard that, but I love is it kind of kingdom building, 10 building? Because I love those.
No, it's a reincarnation style like mine. So guy dies as humanity gets wiped out, and he's sent back into the past, and he has to I guess kind of it's more than just empire building. It's like they cultivate, and the stronger they are as a cultivator, the more powerful the mechs they can control. It's like mech warrior kind of thing.
Awesome.
So it's kind of sci-fi. And there's aliens that are coming, like this swarm that's coming to destroy humanity. And so he's got to fight them. It's like got 6 or 7 books out, I think.
love science fiction.
Mm-hmm. That one's super good. I'm trying to figure out what else I've been reading.
Writing.
Yeah. Writing. So
they're all pseudonyms. They they're all pen names. It's all him. It's all
yeah,
Michael.
that's a lot already. I think, and then I'm about to, once I get caught up on everything else I'm reading, I'm going to reread Eric Uglin's Good Guys series in preparation for his next one to come out, because those are some of my favorite books out there, and Eric's a cool guy too. Whenever we were in Vegas, we had to check out of our room early, so we didn't have a place to go to get a ride to the airport while we were waiting for our flight. Then Eric was like, "Hey, just come up to my room and we'll order room service." And we went up there and we totally got distracted because Aliens was on TV. So we just sat quietly watching Aliens with Eric Uglin. Well, we talked for a bit too, but just watched Aliens the entire time. So man, it's good times.
Eric is just such a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. He's so awesome.
When the running joke in Vegas was when we went to Giordano's for pizza and stuff like that. I was like, everyone was ordering a small and a medium. And I was like, I'll get a large because I can eat a large pizza. And he was like, that's a mistake. And I was like, no, as in you clearly don't understand. And then it arrived and I was like, wow, I take that back. It was not a pizza. It was a fucking casserole. It was a giant it was like a lasagna in a pizza form. And I was like, what the absolute fuck? And after 2 slices, I was full, and I was like, I'm defeated. What is this? And anyone that came close to me, I was like, would you like a slice of pizza? Would you like a slice of this? Would you like a slice of this? And Eric told everyone that he met to be like, did you know that Brian doesn't understand pizzas? And being Irish Italian, that hurt. And I'm like, they're clearly doing it wrong. They're American. It was so funny. It was
yes, Chatfield, we got you. Also, Chatfield has a new series out for anybody that doesn't know, and it is awesome. Everybody should check it out. True story.
Is that the Kickstarter one?
No, it's the sci-fi one he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the physicist that he was talking about in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
You remember your conversations from Vegas?
I know, right? Remember, she didn't drink near as much as we did. Although we haven't even talked about the priest hitting on you whenever you were super drunk on gin.
I still remember that shit. I talk about it to people.
He was a pastor. Okay.
Oh, pastor, not priest. My bad.
I'm sorry. Yes,
It's
pastor.
like the same thing.
I'm trying to make it right in my head.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but
Yes, I
There was
talk about you, Brian.
Yeah.
I love you. You're so fucking funny.
But no, the pastor that just thought he was growing his flock.
Yes, he was.
Thank you, Chatfield. We needed that. But no, they were in Vegas and Brian was drinking.
That's right.
That's the most handsome man alive. But no, so this Brian is shit-faced on gin and tonics.
Whoa. Shut your whore mouth, okay? I had been I arrived there with Chatfield, and this was only when we got there. So we weren't even close to being shit-faced. We had gone out for a meal with Jeanette and all of them and stuff like that. And there was a few glasses of sake. It was fine, whatever. Sushi and stuff like that. And then after that, I was like, Chatfield, do you want to drink more? And then it was like, yeah, let's drink more. So we went for a few drinks. And then Melanie was like, yeah, we're all over at this karaoke place. And I was like, yeah, let's go. So we went over there, and I was there, I'd say about 5 minutes before someone came over and was like, has anyone ever told you you're the most handsome man? And I was like, no one has ever told me that. And then he was saying no, really, it's you are the most beautiful man I've ever seen. And I just like I just looked around the room. I was like pointed at Chatfield. I was like, he's more attractive. Like, you know, as in like he's right there. And then I pointed at Melanie's boyfriend, Connor, as in like he has the salt and pepper going on. Like, you know, roguish Irish charm. What about that? He was like, no, you are just. I was like, okay, cool. Do you want a hug? Like what? Like, and all I could see was Melanie just lifting her hands like this, holding a phone. And the look she gave me was like, yeah, I'm not missing this. So now that is recorded. So there is actual video feed of this. Jez sent her a friend request being like, you know, hi, can I see the video? And I was like, oh, look at all you turncoat friends.
I really love your friend Melanie.
She's lovely.
Yes, she was awesome.
She is awesome. It was but no, like that whole time, like that was the night that we started properly drinking, and we drank the whole night. And at no point did I realize that every time I ordered a drink, it was normal, and every time Chatfield ordered a drink, it was death. Because either he was tipping the barman, and the barman was like, you know, yeah, okay, and I was like, did they forget the tonic? Because I'm getting the gin, I'm not getting the tonic, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a double, that's strong. And this went on for the whole night, where I didn't realize that the only difference was that when Chatfield ordered a drink, I was dying, and like. And it was so funny because we just kept going, and the whole night until like 8 o'clock in the morning, we're just like drinking. I was like, what? And he said, do you know what, Brian? I'm going to get a ginger ale, settle the stomach. I was like, yeah, perfect. So you know what? No, I'll be fine with just a gin. So we're doing this. Oh, we drank the whole way through, and he was like, get a ginger ale. And then he said, like, do you want to taste? I was like, oh yeah, I love ginger ale. I was like, oh God. He's like, yeah, it's bourbon. And it was so funny because like he was then saying to me, he was like, oh yeah, man, like how do you feel about going for breakfast, business breakfast? I was like, sounds good. Breakfast. I'm an adult man. And then he was like, cool, it's with Dakota. And I'm like, absolutely fucking not. We should not do that. We should not do that. And he says like he won't want me there. He said like, yep, he's already said he's cool with you going. I'm like, why are we doing this? We went to the wrong floor, I think in the wrong hotel. We went into an area we weren't supposed to go. It was way too fancy. He's talking to people being like, we're just lost, I think. And I'm there in their fancy bathroom being like, this is way too good for me. And we ended up like, you know, sitting across from Dakota telling him the same story 3 times. Because we were shit-faced. And then he went off to do a panel drunk. And I went off to play D&D with Luke Gygax. and I just turned around to Luke and I said, like, I am so sorry. There's 2 outcomes here. Either I fall asleep or I continue drinking. And I was like, it's like 10:30 in the morning. And I said, like, I have a bottle of rum in my room. How would you feel if we just started drinking? And like everyone looked at each other, and Luke was like, "Yeah, I drink." And I got trashed with Luke Gygax playing D&D, and I was like, "Dude, memories for life." And people were like, "Who are you?" Like, as in, like, and I was like, "I'm supposed to be here." Luke invited me because I'm good fun. And it was just so much fun. Like I genuinely, I was crashing so hard. And then when we were going, it was just a lot of fun. But yeah, and then the doubles or whatever the fuck it was when we went to you at the West, and that was a lovely evening.
Yeah. Chat. So he was telling us this story, right? And he was talking about like, if I just, gin is very dangerous whenever Chatfield orders it. You just don't ever have Chatfield order a gin and tonic for you, because it's really just gin. There's no tonic. And we're all laughing and like, oh, that's so funny. And then Chatfield, I'm like, I'm gonna go get a drink. So I get up and walk over to the bar, and Chatfield comes with me. And what does Chatfield get?
Yeah.
It was like a quadruple of gin. It was like two doubles.
It
And
like
he comes over and he just smiles at Brian and just hands it to him. Like,
yeah, it's like, and it's always the clues were all there. I would be a shit detective. I was like, every time I looked at the barman, he'd be smiling at me, going like, and I'm like, Jesus, Americans are fucking weird. but yeah, it's so that was an adventure and a half. But yeah, looking forward to getting trashed with him again, and I look forward to getting trashed with you. So
gotta be
yeah.
good at something.
That's it. That's absolutely it. But we can go on whiskey tours and stuff when you come over to Ireland.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
Mhm.
Even more trashed.
Yeah, we'll get even more trashed. We'll have more
That'd be
fun
great.
stories. Because if Jez is there, I know for a fact we'll make terrible life decisions.
Can we bring the combat medic?
Yeah.
That sounds like an insurance policy to me. Oh, hello, Harmon. Nice of you to join us.
Oh, hey. Yeah, Harmon, you would have had to start from the beginning. But so to do nothing but mess with Brian, my wife made this huge meal, like a Thanksgiving meal with like a homemade blueberry tart and brownie swirl cheesecake and all this stuff, just so that way we could mess with Brian while he was reading my book, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was fantastic for one of us. I also had to do. Oh, I'm in both your homes.
Oh. No, you're in my heart.
It's this.
I know I did it weird because she's not really in my heart.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh God, it's like, where's my heart again? Okay, go through the stabbings.
I was there.
Oh dear. But yeah.
Only really room for one person.
Me!
All right, you two.
I love that concession parenting. It's just like, okay, I guess I love you. I'm sorry. I just like write it down for therapy. Okay. Katie is so dramatic. We should send her to drama school.
That's not my path.
Oh
Oh
man.
no. But look, so when we said to Geneva, it was like, yeah, I can't see this going beyond an hour. And, you know, even Michael said, it was like, you know, yeah, I'd feel comfortable with an hour. You know, and I was like, you know what? We'll try our best to get to an hour because it's not going to take that long to talk and stuff like this. And I knew this would happen. I knew. I was like,
I even took a shower in this time.
She cooked an enormous meal and took a shower the entire time.
Please tell me you also went with the bottle of whiskey. Be like, what have I done with my life? I've married a man being interviewed while he eats food.
Should I show them what you were doing?
No.
Listen, I cooked a whole meal. I had 3 kids.
This is why they always overrun. Like,
Yeah.
No, as in, go on.
When I did mine with Jez, it was like a solid 2 hours. We were an hour over time.
Oh, but like, this is dangerous for me because, like, every subsequent one after this is going to be a case of them reading into the fact that it's only 40 minutes. And they're like, you know, so we're done already? And I'm like, yeah, bye. You know? And it's just like, but you were on for 2 hours with Head. And I'm like, yeah. tell me a goat story, and then we might get a few more minutes.
Listen, we had to get through a whole meal here and dessert. I don't know.
Will you at least turn the chicken around so I know that a good dent went into it?
Oh yeah, I got you. Hold on.
Oh wow, yeah, okay. That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that you would make a mistake with the mashed potatoes and the whipped cream. And then you just have to like soldier through it, being like, Perfect texture. I love these honey glazed carrots with whipped cream.
No, those aren't my honey glaze. Those are brown sugar with butter.
Yeah, it's brown sugar glazed carrots.
So yeah.
Michael, I'm a fat bastard. I'm always hungry. Sorry, Chad. Sorry. Like, I literally think I've burned too many calories sitting here. I'm going to comfort eat when I leave this being like,
You haven't even.
oh, my subpar cooking.
Yeah.
Hey, go get Naomi.
I don't even think she's woken up.
Yeah, you haven't even.
It's
So
5 o'clock in the evening and she's not out of bed yet?
So
Whatever.
our
Life goals.
so our youngest daughter is the most like him. I think
She's-
you would like her.
The one that's asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were playing. Yeah. So they were playing the game last night, and Dakota was here, Carl was here, Xander, both Xanders, and they were playing. What was it? Some drawing game, and they got to make up whatever it was, and she wrote me.
Drawful?
What was it?
Was it
I don't
drawful?
know. You have to draw a picture, and then the next
Yeah.
person has to write the word, and the next person has to draw a picture, and you see how close it is. By the time it makes it around the table.
It was their last round, and they got to come up with their own word.
Uh-huh.
She wrote penis.
She's like, penis. And then-
They're like, yeah, that's my kid.
yeah, a 12-year-old
That's
just
Michael.
throwing out penis, throwing it. You know,
Oh. When what age?
She's
she's 12. Yeah.
When we were 12, there was this running joke in school when in computer class. God, 20 years ago, 22 years ago. God, I don't know my own age. Sorry. So we were in there, and it was just like the website we all used to go to was Penn Island, and it was my favorite website of all time because even though it reads Penisland, it genuinely was Penn Island because it was a picture of an island and then pens everywhere. And that was the funniest shit to my 12-year-old self.
It's still funny.
It is. I wonder if it's. I don't want to search for it now, but
Listen, I'm just saying, our 12-year-old is the most like him when it comes to personality.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
She's loud. She's dirty.
I don't know. I'm not dirty.
Yes, you are.
Oh, that's another thing about my books. There's no, like, if it were to be rated R, it would be rated R for violence.
That's
There's
true.
no, like,
That's true.
no sex scenes or anything like that. So I tried to make it so, like any 12 or 13-year-old could pick it up and read it, and their parents would be okay with it.
Are you sure?
As long as
But,
they're okay with murder.
Yeah.
so this is so funny for me because, like, before I was writing lit RPG and game lit, I pretended to be a woman on the internet,
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
so
and I was writing erotica, just for like years, and making money with that. And now that I'm writing, I know I checked for Penn Island as well, and it didn't exist, and I was really upset.
Yeah. Oh,
Just like, yeah. So like with the writing sex scenes and stuff, I was like, okay, I'm writing a superhero university, so it's kind of going to be like, a little bit more racy than the likes of Hogwarts and stuff like that, because it's a university, people bang.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh God, I feel wrong doing this because it's under my own name. So I'm like, it's black. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're good. Oh, that was really stressful. So, but
oh, man.
yeah,
That's awesome.
it feels like I'm just meeting the whole family now.
Yeah, you really are. Our oldest, she lives out on her own now, so
Yeah.
she's not here.
She's gone.
We don't look like we should be old enough to have a child that lives on their own, but we are.
Come right
What
in.
age is? What are all three ages?
So Rachel is 19, about to be 20. Say hi to Brian.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Naomi. She's 12, and Katie, the other one, she's 17. So she graduates this year.
You'll be
Yes, I
18
do.
in May.
Yeah, she'll be
Woo!
18 this year. So
I get to be an adult.
Oh God.
Food?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like,
So- yeah. This
This
cheese.
is Naomi. She's our youngest. She's 12.
Yeah. So.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you definitely don't look old enough to have those ages.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We started really young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 18. Don't tell him. Shut
Yeah.
up.
She's older than I am. I'll just say that.
Shut up.
You can make cheesecake. I don't give a shit what age you are, Amanda. Like, you're golden in my book.
Thank you.
No, when Rachel was born, she was 19 and I was 17.
Shut up. You know what? You know
later.
what? You know what?
Technically illegal.
Whatever. He changed.
Not in Ireland.
Chased me, okay?
Yeah.
He chased me.
Let's say I was a junior in high school and she was a freshman in college, and I was super cool. Like I used to be super cool.
Used to be?
I was a
Yeah.
senior in high school.
And when she was a senior, I was a sophomore.
Shut up. Don't
Yeah.
let me hit you.
I can just see the paddle just coming out from under the table. You know, it's just like, did you know that only 4 of the stab wounds were from the war? The others were mistakes he made. The whiskey's to disinfect the wounds. But I don't understand how medicine works.
Yes, I'm older than him, but
Yeah, not by much.
not by much.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
my mother is 3 years older than my father.
Thank
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're welcome. But he
Yeah,
was a
we've been
hot
together.
shot judo and jiu-jitsu instructor. You know, with his black belt and flowing black hair. So he's like, you know, he's now bald. But you know, it's fine. And every time I'm like, Dad, what do you think about the ponytail? He's like, I think you should just go fuck yourself, Brian. I'm like, cool, good talk. I'm just like loving the hair. It's like, what do you think, Silver Streak? Is it too much? He's like, shut the fuck up. You know, it's great. But yeah. But look, I will let your family get back to like a family meal because I feel really included. Just like meet the family, you know, it's lovely. It's great.
If you were here in Kansas, like we keep inviting you.
God, no, I'm just going to have to now aim. Like, you know, the way it's like when, oh, look, I'm going to be a super successful author. I'm going to earn so much money. And it's like, oh, what are you going to do? Buy an investment property. Oh, like in Spain or Italy? It's like, no, Kansas. And they're like, what? I'd be like, fucking love corn.
Yeah, I make it. You do.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? And everyone would be like, wow, what's it like over there? No idea. Because that's the level of stupid wealth I want to get to. Anything like that. I can literally just say, yeah, I need a house over there. Why? It'd be like, board games. And cheesecake. I am convinced I'm going to die alone. Those are my life choices.
If you move here, you won't. I'm serious. You can come visit us anytime.
Yeah.
Oh God. But no, it's like thank you very much for the hard sell. But I would absolutely love to visit you.
Yes.
But yeah, it's but there's a lot of danger with you, Michael. Like I don't know how to best say it, but like, oh, I know, you could probably save my life, but it's kind of like, you know, oh, Brian, like you've never gotten shot or stabbed before. It's like, but yeah, you just hang out with Michael. And like, it's just like they say, lightning never strikes twice, but
You hang out with Michael. He's the only one that gets hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for that
That
one
is-
time when you sprained my foot.
That was an accident. Doesn't count.
it's not domestic abuse if it happened outside the home. It was an accident.
It was.
Yeah. Did you kick a squirrel too hard?
No.
Oh, man.
Okay. So we're coming up to the 2 hour mark.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, first off, thank you, Brian and Geneva, for putting on this awesome thing. This is a lot of fun. And second off, I want to thank everybody that picks up my books. You help pay for my children's therapy lessons.
Thank you.
Therapy sessions. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I would not, I mean, I would just be writing for myself if people didn't buy my books or check them out on Kindle Unlimited or Audible or whatever. Like, I thank everybody that that ever takes the time to read the spatterings of my own imagination. I really appreciate you.
Amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I have to say, great book to start out on that I've definitely read. Jaime and Minge are my favorite characters, across all mediums. But I genuinely, like, for starting out a new kind of, like, every 2 weeks sort of show and stuff like this, it was really daunting for me, and I was like, I'm not sure if anyone would actually want this, but I could not imagine a better person to start us off than Harmon Cooper, who said no, and but no, like, I was so giddy excited when Geneva said, like, what about Michael Head? I was like, oh my fucking god, yes, let's do this. I'd literally just sit here drinking and talking to him. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this, and I hope that the viewers enjoyed these rambles. I know most of them are here to hear, like, if there was anything incriminating we said about them, and they're like, that's the reason they're watching, and they're like, can I tune out now?
That's why
like and subscribe.
He's here for the clinic.
No, Dakota's sitting off somewhere being like, he only said Mountain Dew 4 times. We need at least 6 per 2-hour segment.
It's on the show.
But
advertising.
just like, not the Under Armour. Fuck that.
Ignore that one. No.
I'm an athlete. Yeah. I'd love to get a Nike sponsorship that just says, just don't. just don't. Like, just
Make better life decisions.
That's it. Well, look, I think that's kind of us. If Geneva has not fucked off, she can end this whenever she wants. But it was absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone that came to comment, watch us, and listen to us ramble. And if you haven't checked out Michael's books, you absolutely should. There's a link already in the description of this. And for those watching later, if you ever want to, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it. With feedback, we could probably just stop doing these. Be like, you know what? No, that was shit. Don't do that again. And then you'll be immortalized as the only person that ever did this show. It was a one shot, and we got cancelled. But yeah, look, thank you all so much, and I think that's kind of us.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.